KILR Killer Game.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome to the tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 3. Woo! My goodness, it has been a long journey so far, but it is only a small fraction of where we're going to be flying with this simulator. So, let's talk about the flights that we're going to be doing today. This is where we're at, Grand Rapids, Kent County International, and we're flying almost due south to Kalamazoo, and we're basically flying almost south 180, which will take us somewhere around here, especially if we line up with the runway at Kalamazoo. So that's what we got planned. You had a day in 1994 at O'Hare. That's RJP. That's making that comment. What kind of day did you have at O'Hare? Was it anything like the Airplane movie? Because they had a day. Oh man, Airplane, the movie. What a classic. That never gets old. That movie never gets old. That is like an all-time classic right there. You can rewatch that. If I was on a stranded island with Airplane, I mean, I'd be good. And I like Airplane 2 also. Airplane 2 is it's good in its own right. Especially with Shatner. Come on. The Shat Man. Now at the end, in the end credits, they say coming soon, Airplane 3. I always thought that was real. I always thought there was going to be an Airplane 2. But that, from what I understand, that was just them poking fun at themselves. Saying, yeah, we're going to do a sequel, but they had no intention of doing a sequel. There's Grand Rapids, Kent County International Information, Bravo, Zulu, weather, blah, 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 temperature 53, wind 0, altimeter, landing, departing runway 8. Hey, guess what? We landed on 8. So I guess we'll be taking off from 8. Okay. Grand Rapids, 110.2. Here it is. We'll change that to VOR 2. Change that to 1. Let's change it to 175. I did it at 180. Okay, we can't do... It has to be in increments of 2. You can't do 175. And then Kalamazoo is 109.0. And I believe the runway is 27, if I remember correctly. Okay, try the right frequency. There we go. 38 miles is to Kalamazoo. Okay, so let's do V1. And there we go. 270. Okay. We are set to go. Let's go ahead and... Oh, you know what? There is another runway 8 over here. Let's take this runway. Runway 8 left. And for those of you who would like to continue on the stream, I will continue flying on Flight Simulator 3 until we all get tired. Until we all drop from exhaustion. I will keep going. I have a whole list of... I have my whole flight plan written out. So... I am definitely good to go. I have everything planned out. I don't have to try to figure out where we're going. It's all planned in advance. And I can actually show you that. Let's just drive in the grass here. I keep thinking this is a taxiway. No. It's just a patch of black or something. We're gonna go over here to the runway. We don't have air traffic. We don't have to worry about other planes coming. RJP says, my first visit to the U.S. was JFK to LAX to PHX, so basically John F. Kennedy, New York to LAX, Los Angeles to PHX, Phoenix, back to LAX, Los Angeles, to KORD, Chicago. Now here's a question for you. Did you reenact that same flight in Flight Simulator or P3D? And did you do it with the same airplane? Just for fun. Just curious if you reenacted that same flight. Ah, yeah. He says he's done almost all of his real-life flights on the sim. How accurate would you say it was? I don't mean in terms of scenery, but like in terms of like flight time and stuff. I think that's pretty cool that you reenacted that. Oh, this is runway 8. I guess it's 8 left. I didn't see the left. It's probably behind us. Pause! Not pause. Brakes. Yeah, there's the 8 left. I see it. 8 and then L right there. Okay, everyone, we are ready for our flight, so drop down some flaps. RJP is saying that he flew with his dad to Rhodes, Greek island, about 3 years ago. And he was saying it's time that we started descending, and they hit touchdown and started going down. And RichieD is now part of the KILR community. Thank you for joining. You are awesome, KILR awesome. We have fun on this channel. And we have fun over on YouTube as well. So we do a lot of classic flight sims, and we do some modern flight sims as well. Nice to meet you there, Richie. Alrighty. Let us take off here. And the great thing about the fact that you guys are all... What am I doing here? That was me landing for some odd reason. No, you're supposed to be going up in the air. There we go. Looking out the back. There goes Grand Rapids. So yeah, the description of the live stream is a little old. That's how it started. Look at this, 2 fuel boxes. You see that? I haven't seen another airport that has 2 fuel boxes. And this is not that big of an airport. But this has got 2 fuel boxes. How about that? So yeah, so all of you that are on the live stream, these videos that I'm doing, I'm actually recording footage from my World Tour series on YouTube. I've been doing this for over a year, almost a year and a half. Might have been longer. And I'm now streaming them as I'm recording them, which means you all get to be part of the show. How awesome is that? So you get shout outs and everything, and you will get to see this footage weeks and months before it is turned into edited into episodes for the channel. And so that is awesome. That is an awesome benefit that you guys have got. And you get to see it unedited. So all the mistakes and glitches and everything, you get to see all that. And I do other stuff on the channel other than flight sim. I just happen to be doing quite a few simulators today. So earlier today, lift our landing gear up here. Earlier today, I did the Commodore 64 Flight Simulator 2. So if you're interested in that, those streams are still archived, and you'll be able to pull those up here on Twitch. And I seem to be going way up here. Bring that down there. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. A little too much there, Sparky. Some other games that I have done on this channel is The Sims, and also The Sims Online. And there's going to be some other stuff coming to the channel as well. I just recently came up with a schedule for Twitch. Not so much the time, because I've got real life stuff that I've got to take care of, and family. Generally, it's going to be in the evenings, Eastern Standard Time. Mondays is dedicated to Minecraft, so it'll be Minecraft Mondays. Tuesday is the day that I take off. I work on cinematic videos for YouTube, game reviews, things like that. Let's see. Wednesday is Whatever Wednesday. So pretty much anything goes on Wednesday. So I could do flight sims, I could do The Sims, do some retro games. So anything goes on Wednesday. Throwback Thursday is the theme on that day. So these old simulators qualify for that day. But I'm also looking at maybe some other types of retro games as well. I'm looking, in case you're wondering, I'm using nav2 here. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Trying to figure out what side of the needle we need to be on. And then Friday is Flight Simulator Friday. So, as you would think, anything Flight Simulator related is on Friday. Saturday is Sim Saturday, which is why I'm doing Flight Simulator today. Anything simulation related will be on Saturday. That would also include some other games that I've done, such as American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator 2. I do have plans to do number 1 also. Cooking Simulator and Car Mechanic Simulator. And we'll get some other simulators in there also, such as Farming Simulator. I think there's a Firefighter Simulator. Yeah, we'll be checking all those out. And then finally, Sunday is Sci-Fi Fantasy Sunday. So on that day, we'll be seeing, and you know, it'll vary. It's not going to be all day, but you'll see things like No Man's Sky and Empyrean, Star Trek Online. I want to do a series of Star Trek Online with a free account from the very beginning, just to show Trekkies and Trekkers that it's a fun game that you can get into, that you don't have to spend a dime on, and have a lot of fun with. And I'm sure I'll get some other sci-fi stuff in there also. I'm also thinking about doing some Final Fantasy, not online, but some of the offline ones. But we will see on that. Also for Sim Saturday, some other stuff that could happen. Not just the Sims or Sims Online, but also stuff like City Skylines, for example. So like City Simulation. That can also be on Saturday. And also Sid Meier's Civilization, I would also consider a sim type of game. Yes, RJP says he's played ETS, Euro Truck Simulator 2, but hasn't done it in about 3 months. Same here. I recorded a group of footage, and I got them recorded edited into videos, but I am due up to get some more footage recorded. I've got footage for American Truck Simulator that will go out to July. Nope, sorry, June. And since the themes here on Twitch match the same themes that are on YouTube, with the exception of Tuesday. Tuesday is called Tuesday Theatrics. So I have original music videos that I put together using like Flight Simulator, and their music that I put together using Magic's Music Maker. So those come out on Tuesday, and also the cinematic flight simulation videos that I do are also on Tuesday. And I'm working on getting some more cinematic series out. Right now I've got one that is showing once a month with using P3D. It is Coastline to Shoreline, and it is the Mega Scenery Earth USA Tour. That is that series. It starts in Maine, and it works its way down. It'll work its way down the East Coast. It'll actually go into Puerto Rico, which I know is not the U.S., but it'll go into the Puerto Rico because I have the scenery, and then it will work its way back into the U.S. and up and down and stuff. I've got the whole U.S. collection, and I've got the new Vecta landscape, so that way I've got all the buildings and trees and all that good stuff. And some of it looks great, and then some of it no. It doesn't look so great. One of the things that comes to mind is Ohio and Kentucky. The Ohio River there. With the new Vecta landscapes, it puts trees in the Ohio River. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. But in other areas, it does okay. You know, it looks okay. But my goodness, the part with Ohio just didn't look good at all. And another really irritating thing about Mega Scenery Earth is the border between one state and another state, especially when there's a river. Because one side will be like this dark blue, and the other side will be this lighter blue. And it's just, ugh, it's an eyesore. So when I do my cinematic videos, I will conveniently change camera angles and stuff, so that way we don't see that. Trying to make the cinematic videos a pleasant viewing experience. I like to think of those cinematic videos as relaxing ASMR videos, actually. There's no talking on them. There's no narration, no webcam. It's just a nice cinematic video of the full flight where you can just turn it on, sit back, relax, read a book, or, you know, do something else in the background. And kind of like if you were on an actual plane. You know, if you were on a plane flying one location to another location, you know, you might look out the window and look at the scenery a little bit. You know, but you're probably not doing that the whole flight. You know, you're probably on your phone playing a game or something like that. And I like to think of my cinematic flights in the same manner. And then there are certain sections within the flight where you'll hear original music that I composed and put together. And the reason why I did that is because there are videos over on YouTube where someone will do like a short flight or parts of a flight, and they've got music playing in the background. Sometimes the music is cool. Sometimes the music sounds like it's from some rave discotheque somewhere. And some music just sounds completely out of place. And then there are others that just do straight up videos of full flights with nothing at all. And so I wanted to do something that has a little bit of both. And so that is the reason for that. So good stuff. I have a lot of stuff over there on YouTube to check out. And Twitch, this is here so that way I can interact with my viewers. And my viewers can be a part of the show, just like you guys are part of the show right now. I love to be able to interact with my viewers. Okay, so we are 19.3 miles away from Kalamazoo, which is that gray patch right over there. Well, somewhere back there is Grand Rapids. All right, what other goodies here can I show you all here? You remember I was telling you about the Sublogic USA West and East. I'm glad I looked into this. These are rare, by the way. Here is USA West. This is not a compilation of the Sublogic scenery discs, just in case you're wondering. So that is not scenery discs 1 through 6. That's not what that is. is a completely reworked scenery disc collection from Sublogic that covers the western part of the United States on the western side of the Mississippi River. I believe that is the place that they I think that was the border. And then the USA East is the eastern side of the U.S. And so you have full coast-to-coast coverage of the United States, whereas on the separate Sublogic scenery discs, you did not. You mostly had it, but you did not have a complete coverage, because 2 scenery disc areas were never completed. Which is a bummer. That means on Flight Simulator 3, we won't be able to go to the states of Montana, or North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. We won't be able to go to Duluth, which is what we did on Flight Simulator 4, 5, 6, 7, and on up. We flew all the way north up to Duluth, and we did go to Grand Rapids, Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. We went to, I think it's Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And then into Wisconsin and Michigan, and then we're going to be going up into Canada. So yeah, and we'd be able to do all that here on Flight Simulator 2 and 3 if that scenery disc had been done, with the exception of the Canada stuff. Although Thunder Bay might, from Canada, might have been in that, but we can't. They never did it. Boo. Boo, boo, and more boo. And then the other section they didn't do was Louisiana, Georgia, that little section in there. "13 miles. Airport's going to be around here somewhere. Flying at 100 knots. Have you ever accidentally thought of your airspeed indicator as a speedometer? I have. There's been a few videos where I'm like, yeah, we'll take a look at our speedometer, airspeed indicator. Or driving your plane on at an airport. You don't really drive your plane. You taxi your plane. But then a taxi has to drive, right? So maybe you can drive a plane. This is interesting. This is doing the same thing as it did in Flight Simulator 2. This VOR is not an ILS, but the glide slope indicator, I think it's normally up here. There's the airport right there. So that's Kalamazoo County Airport. I believe it's called Battle Creek International now. That's just me clicking on the dash. No need to be alarmed. I'm going to pull up my text file here so you all can see. Well, that's not it. Yeah, so Kalamazoo, Battle Creek International, KAZO. Why wouldn't they call WK Kellogg Regional, because that's KBTL, because that is in Battlefield. So, or Battle Creek. Yeah, Battle Creek, Battlefield. Battlefield Earth, you know. I'm pulling up my... Where are you? Commodore 64 World Tour. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I told you I had this whole list worked out of my flight. Here it is, of my tour. So, there's these here, and then we go into Scenery Disc 11, and we will hit all these airports, and then going on to the Lake Huron map, flying to these, and then South Detroit. All the way down here, and then I've got notes that we will head to Scenery Disc 7 up to New York, and then we'll be heading to Western Europe, and we'll use the program Jet to get there, although we won't have to do that on Flight Simulator 3. And then I've got it coming back. I have to figure out all the stuff in the middle, but you can see I've got all of this stuff figured out, all the way to leg 226, which is San Luis Obispo to Hawaii. And, well, I guess Japan's got to be in there somewhere, because we have to go to Japan, because there's scenery on that, too. So, yeah, I have everything worked out and planned out. I have to make some adjustments here and there, but also the P3D series, Coastline to Shoreline, for the Mega Scenery USA Tour is also figured out as well. I've got all those flights planned out. I'm also getting additional scenery, airport scenery, as I go, just so we can have a little bit of an enhanced experience. I guess I should probably lower the landing gear and flaps and stuff. We're like 6 miles away from the airport. And so the flight plan for the P3D series is the same flight plan that I have been working on for Flight Simulator 4 Adventures. It's just in the opposite direction. So FS4 Adventures starts in, I think I started it in Seattle, and it will work its way around and go to Maine. Whereas the P3D series is starting from Maine and working its way all the way around and will end up in Seattle. And so both series, what they have in common is the scenery itself. Whereas the FS4 series is using the Sublogic USA East and West scenery discs, and the P3D series is using the Mega Scenery Earth USA scenery. So kind of the idea that I had on those series. I probably should start my turn. And they both have ATC experiences with them. With P3D, it's a little bit more easier. With FS4, it's not. I have to program the adventures for FS4 myself, and add in ATC communications from the tower to the pilot, and the pilot talking back, and it's all written in a what is it, basic programming script or something. So if you check those out over on YouTube, those are what you see and hear is actually what happened on the flight. It was not dubbed in or edited in or anything like that. And if you would like to see FS4 pushed in ways that you thought you would never see, you definitely want to check out those episodes. I've only got 3 out at the moment. I am working on number 4. They take time though, because not only do I have to program the adventure and then test it out to make sure it's working and it's not broken, but I also need to record all the voice files and convert them to a format that FS4 can play, and then get them all in and everything. But the final result, I think, is amazing. It's absolutely fun to fly. And for P3D, what I do there, I use the default ATC. However, I will dub in afterwards real ATC chatter from the local areas. Now, on previous videos, I was using like a program to play that at the same time, but the problem was that the ATC chatter would be stepped on by the default ATC, and for a cinematic thing, I just didn't like that. So I decided to just go ahead and get the ATC chatter separately and just dub that in, so that way when people watch it, they're not hearing some jarring talking of two different things at the same time. Okay, runway 27 is coming up here. Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo, that sounds like a little flute or something, like a little musical instrument. What did you play back in school? Well, I played a Kalamazoo. Oh. Not guitar, not piano? No, it was just a little Kalamazoo. Or maybe it could be an ice cream flavor. Yeah, a scoop of chocolate, strawberry, and some Kalamazoo. We are going off to an angle here. Not quite what I want. We are a little higher than what I want too. Flaps would be good. Think we can have a nice smooth landing on this one? Or do you think we'll break our front landing gear like last time? Come on. Try not to stall. Up, 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 up. It's like still stalling. It's like you want to fly this the way that you should, where you're flaring. But this old simulator, it don't like flare. It don't like stalls either. When you stall, it's like, oh, that means you can't fly. Well, let me just put the nose right down to the ground for you. And across the grass we go to the fuel box with our infamous soap box right next to it. Because wherever you want to go get fuel, you're going to want to stand on your soapbox and tell the whole world of how great a pilot you are and where you'll be flying to next. In our case, I'm letting everyone know where our next location is at, so that way they can all clear out before we land. Some of my landings can be awfully scary. Alright, let's go ahead and turn our engines off here. Because you know that wonderful hum that's going on there is always fun to listen to, especially through headphones. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so that way you will get notified when the next video is uploaded to this channel. I've got all kinds of videos, all kinds of flight simulators videos. So be sure to check out all the different playlists. I got everything organized by playlists. So you need to do just a little bit of digging, but not a whole lot. But hopefully you'll find something that you like. And also, I have links in the description to the other the other flight simulators that are doing the same flight. So there's that as well. And if you would like to get a chance to interact with me while I'm recording this footage, you're going to want to follow me over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/KILRGamer. If you follow me over on Twitch, you'll get notified when I go online, and I'll be online recording footage for these World Tour episodes. Not just Flight Simulator 3, but all the other flight simulators as well. That'll give you a chance to watch all this footage long before I make episodes with it. So that's a cool thing. And also the fact that you'll be able to interact with me, and you'll be part of the show, because I'll be talking with you as you're chatting with me. So cool thing, cool thing. And so is Twitter and Instagram, so be sure to follow me over there as well. And Snapchat if you're into that thing. I'm trying. I don't know if Snapchat is still a thing or not, but it's there. And if I do get people that are joining and wanting to follow me there, it will probably inspire me to work with it a little bit more. But yeah, you know, I'm trying, and I'm an old guy, but you know, I can be taught new tricks as well as old ones, like this one here, Flight Simulator 3. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are killer awesome, you know that. And I'll see you on the next leg of our journey.